Good afternoon, America, and to this very first dual episode of Flame of the West podcast. I'm with my wonderful co-host, Joe Wiseman, and he's coming from the chilly Ohio, and I am in the very frigid Fort Wayne, Indiana. I hope everybody is safe from Snowmageddon and staying off the roads. We still have quite a bit of snow drifting going on here, but it is quite the sight to see outside. Joe, what's weather like over there?
Well, we have probably 8 to 10 inches of snow. At least that's the last time I went out, and we're under, as last I saw, we're under a level 3 snow emergency. So if anybody from Champaign County hears this and they're listening, and you're probably going to be seeing this afterwards, stay inside, stay off the roads. Let the police, snowplow drivers, firemen, and paramedics do their jobs, and we'll try to get back to normal tomorrow. And hopefully, you got enough bread and milk stored up.
You didn't go make a mad dash for the store last night and raid the shelves.
Actually, we did stop in, but we had a friend who wanted us to buy him a few things, and it was just like peanut butter and crackers and stuff. So it was nothing crazy, but we did make a mad dash. But honestly, I think Thursday night was worse than Saturday.
I would kind of agree. Did a little bit of running around, but I noticed that. All right, folks. So today we're just going to kind of go through. There's a lot happening in the news, a lot of new, things on the topic of Minnesota and the and those scary men, ice running around, and apparently dragging everybody and their neighbor off the streets, according to some of these lefties.
Who'd ever thought Minnesota was going to be what's we're talking about for weeks on end?
Well, Minnesota seems to, I don't know why that's such a hot button place, but I know, like you mentioned to me last night, we've got an election coming up. So anything that they can do to steer the narrative.
And that's not just Minnesota. Narrative. That's not just Minnesota. It's the
Correct.
national election.
Yep.
I think, but they're using Minnesota as a distraction from everything else and trying to make everybody look bad on the opposite side of Governor Tim. We'll try to keep it clean here and not give him nicknames, but Governor Walz and his friend in Minneapolis, they're trying to distract, I think, from either the mess they've created in Minneapolis with the
fraud,
with the fraud with the daycares, the Somali daycares, and I think they're also trying to make whatever's going on with the ICE situation, so it's a distraction from the elections coming up to make the right look bad. So everybody's wanting to go out and clean house and get rid of the people on the right.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a total. The whole thing's
crap show.
It is. It's a crap show, but the whole thing is just. It's like look over here and don't look at what the hands are doing over here.
Of course, it's like a magician. He's talking to you on one side. He's doing something over here, but he's talking to you here. He doesn't want you to look off here, but he's having you look here. And they get mad at you when you look at what they're actually doing.
Yeah, it's a mess. I feel for all of these ICE agents out there. I mean, you're seeing the videos just left and right. We'll go through. We'll pull up our Twitter feed here in a little bit. We'll just kind of Joe and I'll just go through some stuff, and we'll just kind of rant. But it's just a mess, And you feel for these people, and even the regular people that just live there, that don't want anything to do with this. I mean, it looks like a war zone from the
Well, and
videos that you and I saw last night. It's nuts.
exactly. And honestly, I'd actually feel sorry for the people who are protesting too,
Yeah.
because they have been hoodwinked into thinking that they're doing God's work and that ICE is Hitler and the devil, and they're going out and they're disrupting. I mean, you got to feel sorry for them, kind of.
Yeah, they're part of it. I mean, mostly I don't feel sorry for them just because they're that
Well,
brain dead. But
they
but
still are God's children. We still
they
have to pray for them.
they are, you know. But you're exactly right. They've been totally, you know, bamboozled to think that this is what has to happen. You know, this is, you know, we have to stop this, and the only way is to get out there and, you know, get your face in front of them and throw stuff at them. And it's just not. It's just beyond comprehension. You know, this seems like. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Joe, your mic.
So obviously,
There you
I'm
go.
a little bit older than you, but when when I grew up, and probably I'm sure when you grew up, our parents would tell us, I mean, don't mess with the police. If you have interactions with the police, you be respectful. You say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am,
Yeah,
no ma'am. You do what they say, and you go on their way. If they're right, if they're wrong, you just, you know, go on your way. And if you have to go to court and fight them, but these people are taking the law into their own hands, are being vigilantes instead of being respectful citizens.
yeah. It's beyond being respectful at this point. It's very
Oh, it's been beyond since
yeah.
Governor Walz got himself out there and started telling people to do this.
Yeah, you get people like Waltz and Fry that are getting out there in front of people and they're telling them, hey, you know, get your phones out, take pictures. We gotta cause chaos. We gotta. It's just I don't know what I don't know what they're expecting, and I don't understand the 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 logic of, you know, those guys and that police chief that are just coming out and saying things like that. It doesn't even it barely makes sense in my head.
There is no logic. It's all based on feelings. It's like our mutual hero Rush would always say that the left is based on feelings.
Yep.
They try to get you, grab your heartstrings and shake you around. And this is my take. I'm kind of paraphrasing and quoting, but yeah, they do things based on feelings. They don't do things based on logic and thinking about it. And it's like something I saw about that lady that got shot last week. The right wishes she never would have gotten shot. The left is, I mean, they don't care if she got shot. They're just glad that they can use it to
Yeah.
gin up more support. I
She
mean,
was a
I'm paraphrasing. She's, yeah,
yeah, she
misled.
was unfortunately she was a pawn. You know, and they put her in that I shouldn't say she put herself in that position, unfortunately.
She did with her free will.
They they incited it. I mean, everybody rushed to conclusions, but now we're seeing videos coming out saying, you know, her car was parked there for 3 or 4 minutes before anybody even showed up. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
parked
and
diagonal.
her
So she knew what she was doing, but
exactly. They
it's
both did.
yeah,
I'm sorry, but I mean, you've probably seen the video too. That her partner was behind her car saying, "Drive, baby, drive." It wasn't. No, you might want to listen to the
yeah,
police, honey. It was drive,
yeah,
baby, drive, run over the bastard or something
yeah,
like that. That's
yeah,
like, who does that?
yeah.
I mean,
Who?
I
Yeah,
hate, I hate, I hate running over squirrels in my car.
yeah,
I feel terrible if I hit a squirrel, much less a person. You know, and I've never done that, but I mean, I actually go out of my way not to hit squirrels or rabbits or birds and stuff like that on the road.
yeah,
So
and where the brain go, where, you know, at what point does somebody's brain say, you know, step on the gas, there's a person in front of me, step on the gas? What? I mean,
that's
that's not even going to correlate in my brain, you
that's a
know.
twisted person who's been
They've been manipulated.
manipulated. They've been
Yeah.
manipulated into believing all the rhetoric, hoodwinked. I used the word before. They're what's the rules for radicals? They're useful idiots, unfortunately. And
Yep.
again, like I said, they are God's children. We got to feel sorry for them because they put themselves in the position to be that useful idiot for, I mean, to be fair, idiots in power. those people aren't any smarter than us. They just happen to be in a position of power.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are the ones that are making all the decisions. And then you've got people like these, like you said, these useful idiots who, unfortunately, they're voting.
Ooh, yeah. Well,
And
they're voting.
that just sends chills up your spine.
They're voting, and the people who are here illegally are voting too. I mean, you would think, and that's part of I think what's going on in Minnesota too. That's one of the states that doesn't have voter ID laws. I don't know if you'd seen that.
Yep. Yep.
The Like California, Washington, Oregon, Minnesota, New York, Illinois. Nobody's going to be surprised at me saying that. Those are the bluest of blue states, and you feel sorry for the quote normal people, the people who are more in the middle and who are to the right in those states, that they just want to be left alone. But they see all these people coming in from outside the country, and they're taking over their state.
Yeah, it's just, and it's funny you talk about you look at a lot of these states that have that don't require ID to vote, and they're all the ones that went bluest of blue.
No
This
doubt.
past election this past go around, and it's just you and I, in the opening asked the question, why Minneapolis? Why does it always happen? I mean, we have George Floyd,
No,
and it's I do think part of it is because we have this you have this influx of whether it be
Somali migrants.
you've got all these migrants, you've got people that aren't citizens of this country that are voting.
And I mean, again, for those people, they came here, I would assume, for a better life. They're
You
again,
would hope so.
they are God's children too. And so we have. I mean, the bishops have said we got to take care of them. We have to try to be Christian to them, but at the same time, being Christian isn't always giving everybody everything they want.
Yep. Yep. It's what's the Bible verse about the teaching a man to fish?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't know if it's a Bible verse, but it's teach a man to fish, and he eats for his whole life.
Yeah.
And it was in Acts of the Apostles, I believe, that they tried to start a commune, what we would call a commune now in Acts, and pretty soon, I mean, just to paraphrase into more of a modern phrase, maybe in the last 100 years, you don't work, you don't eat, because that's what happened. Everybody started being lazy and mooching off everybody else, and the apostles, who you would assume are some of the most holy men in history, they even had trouble with it. They couldn't make communism work, right? So,
Yeah.
what is it? Why do we think we can?
Oh yeah. No, they just did it wrong. It's always gonna, it's gonna work out better here. If we try it again, we'll do it right.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's like
I'm convinced that is the thinking. That's the logic of these people. They just missed this step. If we do this, then we'll get it right. We'll get it right this time.
that reminds me of a fool with a hammer. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hit my thumb, doink. I'm gonna hit my thumb, doink. It's like, I'm gonna hit my thumb again, and I think on a heart. I mean, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Part of you wants to feel sorry for him, but at the same time, it's like, okay, all right, sweetie, let's take the hammer away from you now.
Yeah. Well, at some point, somebody's got to be the parent.
Yeah,
You know,
somebody has to.
and it's almost like and this is the way that I've been registering it in my brain, but it's almost like Trump's trying to be the parent. You've got all of these kids that are running around, and they don't want to. They've had for the last 4 years, they've had no oversight, no control, nobody telling them what to do, no direction, and obviously this is I'm just putting this in a scenario, but
It's a metaphor.
yeah, you've got Trump that's like, whoa, we've got so much running rampant. We've got corruption. We've got people pouring in the border. We've got, non-citizens voting. We've got, people trying to shove a vaccine, down your throat. And we've got all of these issues. And Trump's like, okay, we gotta, let's step back here. We've got to take care of one problem at a time. And then they're all crying about it,
That's not
because
even.
daddy's trying to enforce
Yeah,
rules.
And that's not even to mention that the stuff going on here is such silly stuff. I hate to minimize it, but what's going on in Minnesota? I mean, yes, it's rampant corruption. It's terrible, but you got to think we got this stuff going on in the Middle East with Iran. We got what just happened a couple weeks ago in Venezuela.
Yeah.
We got China on the horizon always being a problem, and we're worried about some fools in the far north who don't like what the police are doing
Yeah.
there. And yeah, no, I can relate to not enjoying when the police get things wrong, but in this case, I mean, good heavens, the girl tried to run the guy over. So, and with this latest one, I don't know if we had talked about that one yet. The guy, have you seen this Mr. Preety or whatever?
Yeah.
He was blocking traffic, acting like he was some kind of. He's dressed up with camo or fatigues or whatever, acting like he's like a neighborhood cop, and he's getting in the way of the border patrol.
And
And
you don't just, for the audience, you don't just dress up in camo gear and a vest just to go outside and protest.
well, no,
Okay.
that doesn't make you
It's
anything.
correct. Why are these, we're seeing just a little side note there, Joey. We're seeing these people, it's organized. We're
Oh,
seeing these,
obviously,
we're
obviously.
seeing gas, they're pulling out gas masks. It's like, okay, those aren't cheap. Where are they
Now,
getting those?
here's the thing with that. I can go to my local, like Columbus Army surplus store and get fatigues. I can get clothing. I can get stuff like that. I can't get a gas mask.
Yeah.
I could bring my own rifle, but I'm not obviously not going to do that if there's a protest.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. Now you've got the local Antifa chapter from Minneapolis that's telling people just take up arms. They're saying that ICE has got to be stopped, and there's only one way to do it. I mean, how do you? If this isn't the last thing I want to do, just like I said the other day to you, the last thing I want to do is have Trump use the Insurrection Act. But there's clearly
It's gone past
all of the boxes have been checked to use it.
it's gone past an unrest. It is an insurrection because
Yeah.
and Governor Tim and Mayor, I can't call him what I'm thinking of him, but Mayor Fry, I think.
Mayor Fry.
Yeah. They're not doing themselves, they may be doing themselves a favor, but they're not doing the people of the United States or the people of Minnesota any favors at all. It's like if I took a can of gasoline and I stuck a lighter underneath it, that's not doing it any favors. And if it eventually burns a hole in the can, kaboom! I mean, that's what they're doing,
Yeah, and then what's happening is they're lighting the fire, and then when it explodes, they're all going, "Whoa!" It's like
it will burn them eventually too.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. You lit the fire, and then when it exploded, you went, "Oh, why did it explode?"
Well, that goes back to my fool hammering his thumb. It's like the fool with the firecracker in his hand. You light the firecracker, you hold on to it, throw it, you moron. Don't keep holding on to it. That's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah,
it will blow up in their face eventually, but it's gonna blow up in everybody's face, and I think it's not gonna do in the long run anybody any favors, because the people on, say, our point of view are gonna look at that and say, "Oh, you guys are morons. We're not gonna listen to you." Sorry, cat in the background. We're not gonna do what you're saying. But then the people on their side, they're going to believe it. But then the people in the quote the middle, the great moderate middle, they're going to look at it and say, "To hell with y'all.
Yeah,
You're all insane," and they're going to stop voting. They're going to stop participating in society, and they'll be like, "I don't care." And eventually, it's going to be down to turnout from the bases of both parties, and that's going to screw everybody over.
Yeah, and that's it's just. I mean, I thought that the bitter cold up in Minneapolis, I mean, we saw this stuff happen under George Floyd, or when all that happened.
On top of him, kind of, but yeah.
But that was in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
And okay. everybody's got nothing to do, so they come out. It's nice
That was
outside.
COVID year, yeah. Remember that was spring
Yeah.
COVID.
Yep.
Nobody had anything to do.
But this is in the frigid cold, and I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, there, it's gonna,
Oh,
people are gonna go home. People aren't gonna want to be out. And I think it would be worse if this was in the middle of summer.
it would be, but you
But
got to remember. I think we were talking about it last night that, or you said, they're getting paid a
oh
thousand
gosh,
bucks.
yeah,
Make $1,000 will make 20 below zero feel pretty nice after a while,
yeah.
or
You got
or a
you
thousand
got,
bucks and some booze.
yeah, you got people like James O'Keefe. I've been trying to follow him.
Hmm.
Today he's in there, and apparently he's, as of yesterday, they were in some serious danger. Um, and but Yeah, he had
I saw
released
Keith. Yeah,
documents. He's released documents showing that they were, he found the documents saying that they were being paid. I mean, they've got the Signal chats, the Signal group chats from all of these people talking about, where to go and looking out for ICE and telling people, but it's organized, and
of course it is.
and it's getting to the point now where it's like, okay, we need to go after the money. We
Well, where's
need
the
to
money
start
coming from?
prosecuting.
Is,
It could be
yeah,
George Soros.
yeah.
It could be. I mean, could be coming from anybody. Anybody that wants this country to ultimately fail.
Why would you want?
Anybody who bets their money on the collapse of our dollar, who bets their money on the collapse of our democracy.
Yeah.
Which there are sickos in the world that's what they do.
See, I do not understand how somebody can live in a country. A country. I mean, it's kind of a saccharine, trite thing to say, but a country as great as ours, why would you live in that country and you want it to fail? In any country, whether it be the United States or Russia or
All
Israel
about them. It's
or
all about
India,
the money.
failure does not give I was going to say failure does not give the greater majority of the people money, but I think failure does give those in power money, the ones in power.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely. Yeah. There's. And I'm sure there's ways that you and I don't even understand how they're betting on, the collapse of our dollar and things that we can't even think about, things that we don't even think about. But it's real. I mean, it's happening. I mean, I know you and
Sad.
I, it's sad. I know you and I talk about not, let's not go down the rabbit hole, the conspiracy rabbit hole, but
sometimes there is tracks that lead you there, and things that are going on with this kind of do lead down that rabbit hole.
yeah. Yeah. And there's money coming from somewhere. Obviously, because all of these people are getting paid. Somebody's paying to organize or somebody's getting paid to organize all of the, these Signal chats in these groups telling people where to go. Somebody's getting paid to go get all of these gas masks. And I mean, I'm even seeing that they've got places these people can go. They can, get food and all kinds. I mean, it's okay. Somebody's paying for all of this, and I just wish. Now, obviously, we don't know what's going on in the DOJ.
No.
We're not privy to that information, but I mean, AG bonding we gotta look into some. We gotta start looking into some of this. I mean, this. I don't know. I've had my I've got my doubts about Bondi, but I could go a whole show about that. But
there's stuff that's going on that needs talked about, and that stuff that the stuff with Bondi, Patel, whoever's enforcing the laws at the federal level. I mean, yes, it needs talked about, but I think that may be, I don't know, that's for, like you said, another show maybe. Now, I just thought of something. Maybe I'm already going senile, but I thought of something else that needed talked about, and it's related to this. But Bondi and Patel, they need in their. Okay, so what I was just thinking, it's related to this stuff in Minnesota. It happened in Minnesota, but it's the church demonstration on last Sunday when Don Lemon
yes,
led the protesters in the church and called it journalism. So, what's your take on that?
Yeah, that is beyond um, it is just irreprehensible. For that to, I don't care who you are, to go into a church during a service and protest.
Yeah.
I mean that is a clear violation of your First Amendment right,
Well, it's a
and
violation
the
of the worshippers' First Amendment rights.
correct, and it's a clear violation of the FACE Act. I mean, for those people to come in and disrupt that service, and then get
No.
in the pastor's face, for Don Lamont to get in the pastor's face during the service. I mean, it's just
Well, I'll tell you what, if somebody had come into St. Mary over here in Urbana and did something like that, they wouldn't have got anywhere near the altar because there's probably going to be people that A, will take them down,
yeah,
or B, got guns and will stick them in their face. But
yeah,
at the same token, Don Lemon would call that journalism.
yeah.
It's like, that's not journalism. For those that don't know, why don't you kind of explain the FACE Act a little bit?
Yeah, so
Because you hear that thrown around, nobody ever explains it.
yeah, so the FACE Act, in just a quick, I'd have to pull up the act and read it, but just a quick overview. Basically, what it does is it gives you the right to have your church services, go to the synagogue, all of those things without fear of without fear of being protest
Protested
or have that. Um, Basically, it says your right of religious
exercise,
liberty,
right? Yeah.
and you can exercise that right without
Mhm.
fear of it being taken away from somebody else.
Absolutely. Whether it's the
So
government or protesters.
correct. Um, and that we've even from the beginning of the whole ICE raids, we heard this. They're going to come into churches. They're going to pull people out of the pews. It's never
No,
happened. It's never
cops aren't
happened.
going into churches.
They're not going into churches. That's
Last
never
I heard,
happened.
last I heard, Don Lemon ain't a cop.
Yep. And these people, they just keep throwing in the media. The mainstream media is the problem. They just keep inciting all of this.
They're part of the
And
problem.
well, they're a big part of the problem,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But so I mean, you've got them saying they're going to come into church. They're going to pull out people out of their pews. They're going to, that's never happened. They're inciting fear into these people. And then you've got all of these priests and pastors all across the country that are saying, okay, well, we'll give a dispensation so nobody has to come, to mass or to service, and for fear of being arrested.
That was out in California, wasn't it?
I think California was the big one. And there was somewhere else that I was reading.
No, I did see, obviously, today, because of the weather, we got a dispensation from going to
Sure.
church. But
Yeah.
I know you and I both went to church last night, so it didn't affect us. But I mean, a dispensation for weather is one thing. A dispensation because you're afraid of law enforcement.
Yeah. And it's
that's almost shielding criminals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in my view, it's like, I want my priests and my bishops to be the ones who are showing me the right way to do it. And to me, shielding a criminal is not doing something that's Christian. If somebody breaks the law, they have to turn themselves in. And a lot of people will quote that whole the whole seal of confessional and say, well, a priest would he has to tell people, he has to turn them in if they confess to murder. No, he doesn't.
No.
But he will tell that person, for the good of your own soul and for justice, you turn yourself in.
Yep.
So it's not, you do not shield, at least I don't think, and I'm sure if there's any priests or anybody, a clergy who are listening, or who will listen in the future, could write in and tell us, you don't shield somebody from law enforcement unless it's for a very, very good reason. And I don't think somebody who's evading immigration officials because they're murderers, rapists, or even if they just came across the border illegally, they've broken laws, and they do need to face their punishments.
Yeah. And I think as part of that, like what you were saying with the seal of confessional, is part of that is, yes, it's no, we're not shielding them, but you would hope that the priest on the other side of the veil would would counsel that person to turn yourself in.
Definitely. That's
And
what they're supposed to do,
and
I believe.
and that's I believe that as well. Um, but yeah, it's just to tell people that, no, you don't have to come to church, no, it's no big deal. I mean,
It's
it's just,
flashbacks of COVID, actually,
yep,
a little bit.
it is,
And
100% flashbacks.
but that was, and I hate to dredge up pick scabs, but I mean, that was, my gosh, telling you not to go to church when there's a massive, at the time we thought, crisis going on. And we've kind of since found out that, the crisis wasn't what we
It's
thought it was.
little manufactured.
Well, I think we all knew that, well, you can probably edit this part out, but I think we all knew that COVID was, yes, it was bad, but it was being used as something to test readiness, test
Yeah.
compliance, I think. And that actually came out in the World Economic Forum this last
Yep.
week. And
Yep.
and that's maybe something we need to talk about too, not necessarily that specific thing, but what's going on in Davos.
Yeah.
We may have to look at Greenland too, but I think somebody did admit at the World Economic Forum that COVID was not anything to do with a global pandemic. It was just to test people's compliance to orders for masking and vaccines, et cetera, like that.
Yeah. And it was very clear, after witnessing what happened. I mean, it was very clear. I mean, to me anyways, obviously right at first we all kind of said, nobody knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew what it was telling us. And then after 4 or 5 months, of all of this going on, I mean, I can't speak for you, but I know for me, I'm like, I mean, I knew exactly what was going on.
Well,
it was very apparent to me what was
happening.
Yeah,
after a while, it's like, okay, so for those who don't know, I'm a massage therapist, so I'm a healthcare professional, and I've been educated in disease and et cetera and all that stuff. And there'll be some people say, "Oh, you're a massage therapist." Yes, we do have to learn about communicable diseases and that kind of stuff. And honestly, what they're showing us, they're saying, "Oh, it's this, it's this." It's like, wait a minute. Wearing a mask, doing all this, it's not going to stop you from getting sick. So, I mean, pretty soon it's like, nah, you guys are just using a cold to get us to do something we don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very, and it was basically the cold.
Well, obviously there were people
that different
sick much worse. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm not, and I mean, you even look at if you look at the flu, people die from the flu.
People always die from the flu. It's not fun. It's not nice. But the people who die from the flu are older, infirm, people who have health problems. And say, remember when our uncle died a couple of years ago, he was marked down as a COVID death.
Yeah.
When in fact he had stage 4 lung cancer.
Yep. Yep. It's just, but the hospital gets more money that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and not to go down a complete rabbit hole here. The reason that I was talking about COVID was that the bishops were given dispensations for like a year that we didn't have to go to church because of that.
Yeah.
And that to me just it sickened me, and it kind of turned me for a little while into a skeptic on all of the people who are in the hierarchy of the church. And obviously it's not everybody. And there's the good ones. I mean, the obvious ones like Bishop Barron and Bishop Fernandez in Columbus. But there's all the ones out there that's, oh, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Like, oh my gosh, what better time to be at church than when there's a global pandemic?
Yeah, that was the exact same way that I felt, And
old news, though. Old news.
Yeah, it was old news, and that was a hard time, especially for me. Not hard. Yeah, obviously I can't speak for everybody, but and it wasn't hard for the fact that you got to wear a mask. Oh, you got to, no, it was hard. It was hard because I couldn't go to church. That was the hardest for me, and
well, I'll tell you about that off air sometime. Father Matt I'll tell you about that off air.
But yeah. So anyways, we're as the folks watching will soon figure out through episodes that you and I are very
loose
get
with
very
your little
easily
squirrel.
distracted with new
Squirrel,
topics.
squirrel. It's like, so okay. Back to stuff we need to be talking about today. Again, like I said,
Um,
stuff in the economic forum,
but
Davos.
but
Anything coming out of that?
I just pulled up looking at some
Oh,
different points from Davos from the meeting, and I
yeah.
also pulled up an article. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Just kind of talking about Greenland, and I did a quick. I had about a 20-minute video that I posted earlier in the week
Yeah.
about Greenland and my take on why I think strategically we need Greenland. I don't, and it sounds like from this article that I was reading that Trump is 100% ruling out threats of force.
Oh, and we
You
shouldn't
know,
we shouldn't
and
have to do anything by force.
I don't think that was ever the question, but you had the mainstream media that blew it out of proportion. Anything they can do, it's all orange man bad.
Well, it's kind of silly though. I mean, if anybody thinks that we need the United States military to, if we wanted to be a bully and take over Greenland, I mean, for crap's sake, Greenland. I mean, the whole country, Greenland, has less people than the city of Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, they're only at a little over 56,000 people
It's something like that.
in Greenland.
And how many
And
people's in one brigade of the U.S. Army?
Greenland's like the size of Texas. I mean, Greenland is a gigantic chunk of
Yeah.
ice, so to speak.
Wait a minute. Wait. As our esteemed friend Kamala Harris would say, Greenland is a big island.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Kamala Harris. Aren't we glad she's not president right now?
Oh, I just keep counting my blessings every day.
Thank God. Thank God for Orange Man.
But Greenland, there's many strategic reasons why. And I know you've seen it, and I've watched. And for the audience out there, they'll soon learn that both you and I's late hero, for lack of better words, was Rush Limbaugh, the great Rush Limbaugh.
R.I.P. Rush.
And and I was listening. I'd been listening to Rush. I was a Rush baby.
I'm a little older than that, but yeah.
I had been listening to him since I was in a car seat.
Mm-hmm.
And the second who I started listening to at the beginning, and thanks to my parents, but was Glenn Beck. Now I know you and I have always had some differences on Glenn, and there's a lot of things that him and I don't agree with. That's more aligned
Beck,
with.
but sometimes he gets out.
Yep. Sometimes he can. There's a lot of things that him and I don't align with, and that's more on the faith side. Yeah. But he, especially now in his position, he's got the money, he's got the funds to pay researchers to do deep dives. And that's huge, especially in today's day and age with you got fake news getting shoved in our face.
Fake news.
And you don't know what to believe, and I know he takes it to heart. He tries really hard to make sure that we get the facts and there's no spin on it. He makes sure to give us all the sources and all of that. But he laid out throughout last week, there was a couple days that he laid out some really, really good facts on why we need Greenland. And he went through, his classic chalkboards. So he went through and talked about how all of Russia and China will potentially come into their ports, and I mean that's just easy access right into the United States.
Yeah, it's. I think everybody is used to looking. Beg your pardon. At like the Mercator projection flat map of the Earth, and think, oh, why are we worried about Greenland? That's in between Europe and the United States. It's not anywhere near Russia. It's like, yes, it is. It's so close
right over the top.
It's so. I mean, and I kind of feel sad for Greenland actually, because from the beginning of their history, all the way back to Eric the Red, no relation, obviously. All the way back to Eric. all the way back to there, there's been fraud. I mean, fraud and misinformation associated with Greenland. I mean, the name of the country to begin with, they called it Greenland because in the beginning, Iceland was getting overrun. The Vikings wanted to get rid of some of the people, so they sent them. They said, "Oh, we have this big green country. It is full of trees and grass and everything. You
Yep.
can go there." And it's like, dude, this is an ice crap hole, man. Why'd you tell us?
They switched the names.
Yeah,
Yep.
you sold us a bill of goods. So, but
Yeah.
Greenland is getting it. They're getting the poor people there now. They're kind of in the middle, and I mean, I don't know what's going on with them in relation to Denmark and the United States, but I can't help but feel that they would be a little bit better off with us having some control over Greenland than Denmark. You know,
Yeah, and I think, and
safer too.
obviously, I haven't deep dove into this, but
No,
from the things that I've read, it sounds like Denmark is, they pretty much stamp their name on it and that's it. That I don't think they do a whole lot with Greenland. I think those people are just
gotcha.
there.
So it's sort of like
You know?
us with, say, St. Thomas or something like that.
Correct. Yeah, they just have it to tack their name on it to say they have it. And
it's like when you go buy a pair of shoes that you wear once and you never wear it again.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you go back, I mean, even the last show that I did, you go back and look, there's, I mean, we've been physically in Greenland since World War One. I mean, we've
had American presence there.
We've had American presence there for years. I
And
mean, we have basically secured Greenland for Denmark without sending them a bill. You know,
I mean, what we've done for the rest of Europe, you know,
we've done that for the entire world. You know, never got a dime for it.
Hey.
And you know, yes, we have this country. We're extremely blessed. We have all of that, the military power to be able to take care of people. And I'm not saying we need to get a bill from everybody, but there's some people there that don't deserve.
Oh, I got one.
Don't deserve
China.
that we need to send a big fat invoice to.
China,
you know,
France.
Well, and Trump is sending an invoice, but he's sending an invoice called a tariff.
I mean, we pay it, but it does screw them because I know you probably don't buy anything off like AliExpress or Temu or anything like that, but the last couple of years I bought some watches off of AliExpress. I'm not going to do it now because now $100 watch will probably cost me $200 or $300. And if
no kidding. Oh, geez.
Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go buy a Seiko from a store here in Ohio.
Yeah, why not?
If I'm going to pay that much for a watch, you know. Now, we're going to be seeing when people's like sneakers and crappy T-shirts and stuff start going up. It's like, oh my gosh, why is a T-shirt cost me $30 now when it used to cost me $15? It's like, well,
yeah, and these companies are passing on. They're passing on this tariff to the consumer so that they don't get. You know, they're jacking their price through the roof.
It's like every tax, and people got to learn that, yes, we are going to pay it. We do pay the tariffs, but to some degree, that's maybe the price we have to do to get maybe jobs back in America. Now, are we going to get all our sneakers and T-shirts made in the United States? Probably not. But now, no offense to the Chinese, but I'd rather have my T-shirt or my shoes made in Mexico than in China, you know, or in, heck, even in Vietnam. Because Vietnam's not out there protesting us or threatening to blow us off the map.
Yeah,
we're kind of on good terms with them now. That's where we need to be doing business with the countries that we're on good terms with.
Yeah, and you've got all these countries that that hate us. You know, you got people, China. I mean, like we were just talking. I mean, you got people of Afghanistan and Iran that are, Iran now is actually coming around to us, shockingly.
Well, yeah, and Donald Trump,
even them that are burning American flags out on the streets saying chanting death to America. I mean,
that's not happening in Iran now, I don't think.
No, I think they're I think they've changed their tune a little bit.
I think, like I said, Donald Trump is the most popular person in Iran right now,
Yep.
at least is as of the last week. Because now, obviously, if we don't follow through and help them, he might get a little backlash on that. But there's got to be ways we are helping them that you and I and the folks out in the audience don't know about. And I mean, it may be like, oh my gosh, we aren't helping them, but you know what? Sometimes we don't need to know about that stuff, and
Yep.
sometimes it's better that to quote the Bible, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
Exactly. I know we were. You kind of mentioned just a little bit about Davos, what went on a couple weeks ago there. Just flipping through this article that was talking about that the president's vision is protecting Greenland,
which is noble.
But not only Greenland, it's the entire Arctic.
Yeah, the entire Western world, actually.
Yeah, and all of that will filter. And if you take the globe and look at its top, you'll see that it's, and I hate to break it to all those flat earthers out there, but
the world is round.
They don't have to go all, they're not driving across the earth. They can go right over the top. So there is a real threat, especially if, we just cut off all of this, a major chunk of oil supply to China, and to Iran, to China, to Russia. And Russia is right there on the top of the Arctic. They are right there.
They're not very far.
And it's just, I can't stress enough how much we need to protect it. And I'm just so sick of all of these media outlets coming out saying, oh, we're going to send the military in there. And all Trump wants to do is, he just wants to conquer, and we're going to plant the American flag on the top point. And it's like,
first of all, we already have military installations. We already have military installations in Greenland.
Yep. We've called two. It's now a Space Force base. It was
Thule Air Force Base, I think.
Yes.
It's something else, but it was Thule Air Force Base.
Yep. I totally forgot the name. In my last show, I talked about it like 20 times. But yeah, it's a strategic Space Force base that basically is using satellites to look at missile launches all around the world. So we've had a presence there since the beginning of Greenland, really.
I'm going to show you on Google Earth here, if you can see it on my camera. Okay. I am going to do the Glenn Beck chalkboard. Okay, so there's Greenland. There's Greenland. Okay. That's North America. That's Russia. I mean, yes, Greenland is closer to North America, but it's pretty darn close. It's pretty darn close to Russia. You launch a ballistic missile there, you're going across the Arctic, and it's going to be able to go. It's crossing Greenland, and it's going to go right to the eastern seaboard of the United States. You see right there the Great Lakes. Yeah. Greenland is straight north of us, for crap's sake.
Yeah, and this it's hard to see on like Google Maps and stuff, because Google Maps doesn't go all the way to the top. It stops. And so flat earthers like that, because they can make that argument. Well, Google Earth doesn't spin all the way around. But if we pull up a photo,
flat earthers take note. Yes, I know it's reversed in the camera, but it still shows. Okay, there's the top. There's the bottom. Sorry. New toy.
So if we
so the strategic reasons for wanting to be in Greenland. Missile defense, number one, I think.
Yeah. Right? So if we
it's a Golden Dome.
The Golden Dome. It's gonna be huge.
Huge. Trump might copyright strike us if we do too many of his.
Sorry. Sorry.
We apologize, Mr. President. Yeah.
But
Okay.
if we do,
Yeah.
so you,
Thank you.
so you
That's
can,
better.
yeah, so you can see the picture here. I mean, um, you've got the North America on the left, and then you've got Asia on the right, and then you can see the Arctic right there, dead center, and then just a little south of that big chunk, that's Greenland.
It's
You
not
know, so
not very green.
it's not very green, no. But it's very apparent that it's easy for them to whip right around. They can use that. They can take that point and go up to Alaska.
Baffin Bay is right there
Yep.
in northern Canada.
Yep, they'll be able to switch that back down to. Yeah, it's just.
So
I mean,
if you look at that, it's obvious why we want to have some presence in Greenland.
Yeah, it's
not for the beaches. It's not for the golf courses.
No. Despite what everybody would say, that's definitely not the reason.
No, not at all. It's just because, yes, that's if Russia wants to fire on the United States, that's right in the way. And you said it was Space Force right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. They're looking. It's like, oh shit, Russia. Russia just shot a missile. Why don't we shoot that? Why don't we shoot that sucker down before it hits? Like, I don't know, Ohio or Columbus or Indiana or Michigan or something. You know?
Yeah. So I mean, taking control of Greenland, whether we do make it a state, I'm not sure what kind of process has to go through to happen that.
First of all, they need a lot more people.
At the least, to make it a territory.
It would be a territory.
Use that for our defense, for the Golden Dome. And that would not just be for us. That would be for
Europe,
for the rest of the world.
Yeah, for at least all the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like Golden Dome, yeah, it saves a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think some of it's not flat earthers, is people don't understand what the world really looks like.
Yeah, and that's I think you're exactly right. I don't think there's obviously you have a few flat earthers out there, but the majority, I think you're right. They just don't quite understand.
That's kind of sad. We don't have globes in classrooms anymore,
Don't get me started on all that. No globes and no cursive.
And no chalkboards.
No chalkboards. But I don't know if you, so to kind of continue on the Greenland thing, I don't know if you watched any of Trump's speech from Davos last week.
Unfortunately, like when I was in school, I didn't do my homework.
And I know sometimes watching Trump is a little tough, because he wants to kind of, but he always seems to bring it back. You just gotta hang in. But he did talk a lot about Greenland, and I was very glad. And it sounds like from the different things that I've been reading that they actually structured a deal.
Yeah, that I did see.
So he sounds like he's backing down on tariffs because he was threatening tariffs about it. But he's backing down on that, and he's like a framework deal has been reached. So, which is
the guy who wrote the book making deals,
Yeah. I mean, this is what the guy's done for his entire life. was make
as long
deals.
As I've been alive, anyway. Yeah.
And it blows me away that all of these countries you don't understand. I'm like, he wrote a book about it. Just read his book.
It's probably like, you guys are doing what he said anyway.
Yep.
You probably read his book a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you want to conveniently forget that. It's like, oh yeah, I learned that from that one book, but I don't know who wrote that. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nuts.
for Greenland, they're never going to be a state. Okay,
No.
it's far too small. I mean, we could go into other places in the Western Hemisphere that want to be part of the United States, Canada, but Greenland's never going to be a state. They'll be more like a territory, like the U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that. I mean, if you want to go into Canada, that's something else we may need to look at, because was it Manitoba, Saskatchewan, BC? They're all making noise about
Yes.
separating from Canada and
Yeah.
joining us, whether it's statehood or whether it's just, hey, we got Eastern Canada over here, and they're that crazy prime minister that I didn't know until you told me he's not even a bloody Canadian.
He's whacked. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a Brit that I don't. Did Charles send him over there to be the prime minister? I don't know.
No idea. I haven't dug deep enough into him, nor have I
That
really cared, to be real
well,
honest with you. But
yeah, we should care what's going on for our neighbors to the north,
yeah,
because the politicians in Ottawa, they have some bearing on what we do, but if they're hacking off their western provinces so bad that they want to come say, hey, we might like to get part of that American dollar, eh?
yeah,
That we might want to listen to that,
yeah.
you know? And that way we got how many other states that, and we got taxes coming in from. We got get a hell of a hockey team from Calgary.
Right.
We get added
got-
hockey teams. We get more people to be in the United States military. We get more economic input from huge farming sections of Saskatchewan, Manitoba,
Yeah.
and British Columbia.
And they're all rich in a lot of minerals as well.
Oil.
There's a lot of oil up in that area.
Farms and
Yep.
ranching. So
Yep.
you got food and energy.
Yeah.
And they already do most of their business with us anyways. And I'd be like, if Canada wants to come to, or if not Canada, if those Western provinces, and forgive me, any of our Canadian friends, if I'm forgetting any of you, if you want to come to us, we should be welcoming with open arms.
And I've got a proposition for Canada. If the PM just happens to be tuning in to our Fiddly Dunk podcast here, but I volunteer to switch you. We give you Minnesota, and we'll take Alberta. Let's just flip flop.
So
I
we
think
got we kind of have a salient into each other's country.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that. We'll just flip flop. No big deal.
I think we kind of want Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and BC. They can have Minnesota.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think even they'd be like, I don't know if I want Tim Wells there, buddy.
Or hear me out. Just
I'm
go
waiting
right up the West Coast. They can have California, Oregon, and Washington.
What about Disneyland?
That's a minor loss. Minor loss.
Make the Dodgers, make the Los Angeles Dodgers pay Canadian tax. Eh?
But
if anybody can't tell,
I mean, we laugh and joke about all of that, but it's
serious stuff.
Yeah, and I would hope that I don't know what kind of political documentation is needed for
how about this?
Switching state, or like transferring
I got one. No. I got one for you. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one group of people, et cetera, Tom Jefferson wrote it years ago.
Yeah, there was some document about that. Yeah, I guess you're right in there.
we could loan him that. I mean, Nicolas Cage kind of took it, sort of, in a movie. I mean, we could loan Manitoba and Saskatchewan and BC and Alberta that, and they could say that to their fruity little prime minister now, can't they?
I think the United States, we would greatly benefit from those.
Oh, definitely.
And I think the people, Canada. Oh my gosh, it would destroy Canada. I mean, Canada would be in the White House so fast begging for something to change.
Yeah, they would be.
Um,
It would be. It's Ontario and Quebec, and Quebec doesn't even like Ontario anyways.
yeah,
They want to be separate too. So pretty
and
soon you're going to have Western Canada that's part of the United States. Quebec is going to be like, oh, where's the Frenchy Frenchman up here, and where's the right Frenchman, and then Ottawa's going to be stuck in the middle. It's like, help.
yeah, I don't. I just say they just, you know, they just relinquish all power to us.
Yeah, be nice.
I
Be
think it'd
nice.
be all right. I just think that I think it'd be it'd be very lovely to see the United States controlling the entire North American continent, in my opinion.
Well, you got to
Um,
run. You're right. You got to run the goofies out of Ottawa. Then
it could be arranged.
they're, they aren't my buddy guy.
That's your buddy, pal. Um, so yeah, I definitely think that I think that's a conversation that that needs to be had in the White House. Um,
There's a new job for Marco.
yeah, we can add that to the list of his. I think right now he's at 4 or 5
Let's see.
official
He's a
job titles.
Secretary of State. He's the head of USAID. He's
USAID is no more. He shut that down.
that's right. That's right.
So
He's now I think kind of titularly in charge of Venezuela.
yeah, that team that's putting everybody together. I
Pretty
think he's
soon,
leading that team.
pretty soon when Cuba falls, and that's going to be something that Marco would probably really love.
Yeah,
If Cuba falls, he'll be in charge of that too. And then
yeah,
like, oh, then pretty soon he's going to be in charge of that western part of Canada. Then, eh?
yeah, yeah. And then I heard he's going to be the Vance's new nanny. For their new baby. And congratulations to Usha and JD if you're listening. We're very happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very happy for Marco, Nanny Marco.
We jest, Marco. We know you do an important job.
We love you, Marco.
and to the Vances, congratulations. Big families are always welcome. We love big families.
Yep. And I was very little side note, but I was very ecstatic to see and listen to him at the National March Right to Life, March for Life, just this past week. He gave a beautiful, excellent speech
that no one ever covers, even
that nobody ever covers. There was 100,000 people there. Nobody covered it,
and I'm sure 100,000 is a low estimate. I know you've been there. I've been there.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure that's just a quick, off the hand, low estimate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, have you ever been to, say, a Notre Dame football game? Okay. There's 100,000 people in that stadium.
Yep.
Okay. I've not been to a Notre Dame football game. I've been to a Purdue football game a couple of times. There's like 70 or 80,000 people there. There is way more people in DC than will fit into Ross-Ade Stadium or Notre Dame Stadium.
Yep.
And there's way more. Yeah.
They always give it low numbers because they don't want to make it look like the pro-lifers are actually out there. They don't want people to know that this movement is real and that we will, so help us God, we will prevail and we will end this tragedy against life. But they don't want anybody to know truly how many people are there.
It's sad. It really never hit home with me until no, not to get anybody misled. I've always been against abortion. I always, and for anybody of, say, the age of 40, 46, 47 and younger, we're survivors. We all are survivors. So not to minimize it, but it really never hit me until I actually went when I was 18 to the March for Life. And you see that there are hundreds of thousands of people there.
Yeah.
Not just hundreds. There's multiple hundreds of thousands of people there.
It's impressive. Beyond impressive.
It makes me feel good to know that there are people that, I mean, even if they don't agree with me on everything, it's like, okay, it's important to end this. And eventually I think we will get to the point where people look at us and like, oh my gosh, you let that go on how long?
Yeah.
And to some degree, we think we're such a great country, and we are, But at the same time, we are also one of a few countries with North Korea, and that's not somebody you want to be on a list with being compared to that allows partial birth abortions. I mean, we don't need to necessarily talk about all the stuff, but we shouldn't be allowing that stuff.
Yeah,
And
we're
God
better than
forgive us for doing it. We're better than that.
we're better than that. Um,
Sorry to sidetrack everything, but yeah,
yeah, that's and then that topic's both very very important and near to dear to both of our hearts,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and um, and I think that's always a topic worth having. Always a discussion worth having. Um, but
It's never the baby's fault for anything that happened. That
no,
child deserves to live no matter what, even
no,
even it, for any reason. I mean, because they are first and foremost a child of God. So that's God let that life come for a reason, not
yep.
to be killed by some whack job doctor.
And if you um, all other rights in this country are worthless if you're not alive to use them.
Which one did Jefferson put first?
The right to life,
Because without
life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
without life, you cannot be free. Without freedom, you can't pursue what makes you happy.
Yep. So, I mean, and that just right there should abolish any argument that these people have. It's like you don't have rights if you're not here. You
Now,
can't.
it
If you're okay with killing people, then
it
where does it
goes
stop?
it goes back to selfishness. I mean, this is where we're
Exactly.
going to get into the faith stuff. It goes back to selfishness because we're all fallen people. We're all sinners. Even though I know there's people out there who don't want to hear it, we are all sinners. I'm sorry. Yes, even you, um, even me. We're all sinners. I mean, and like I always say to people that I talk to, there's only ever been two perfect people ever born, and none of us are them. That's Jesus and the Blessed Mother, and none of us are them.
Yeah.
So we're all fallen. We're all going to be doing stupid stuff, and we all going to answer for it. But um, dang, I forgot where I was going with all this.
No,
Get on my
I
jump
just
on my
want
soapbox, you know.
yeah, I just think it's great that we finally it's a nice change of pace to finally have an administration that recognizes um, the right to life and that is willing to send representatives, meaning the vice president,
Hmm.
to the march to speak to everybody, and I think that's huge. And as far as I can remember, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any administration has ever attended a March for Life.
Trump did in 2020.
Well, right, but I'm saying prior to any of
You're right.
the
You're right.
1.0 or 2.0 Trump administrations, I don't think anybody has ever attended a March for Life, any
And it
from any administration, and that is
that's
to
insane.
me
That is insane.
that shouldn't even be a question,
That
and
it's it. Well, now obviously you have in the last 40, was it 40? When was Roe versus Wade? 1973. It's
uh,
73.
yeah,
I think we'll have to look that up, but well, let's just say in the last 50 years, um, you have had administrations that they're perfectly okay with it, and I
it's
understand like
70,
Obama
73.
and yeah, so Obama and Clinton, I understand them not sending representatives, but Reagan and George W. Bush, they all came out and said, yeah, we're pro-life, we're against abortion, and to their credit, they put people on the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas,
Yep.
who have helped tear down the horrors of abortion. But it took somebody that now 10 years ago or 15 years ago, you and I would have looked at it as like Donald freaking Trump. It's gonna Donald Donald Trump
if you
is gonna be the most pro-life president ever. That's like
if you
who
would
would have
have
thought it?
if you would have told me in 2008 that Donald Trump was going to run for president and win, I would have laughed.
Yeah, because at
I
that
would have
time
laughed. That's
he was
just
a TV star at the time.
yep. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's
No,
not a politician. He's not
no.
a
Well, to be fair, neither was Reagan.
Yep. Reagan was
Look
a
where
movie
he
star.
Yeah, before he ran for governor, neither was Reagan.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. Who would have thought that Donald Trump was going to be the one that orchestrates the downfall of Roe versus Wade?
Yeah.
I mean, God, that right there may be the only reason that God spared him when that
Yeah.
guy shot at him in Pennsylvania.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Yep. I certainly agree. I think now, Joey, maybe we'll flip over and we'll just maybe we'll doom scroll Twitter
Oh
together
gosh,
for a little bit, and
doom scroll away.
We can talk about what we see, and we'll and laugh here.
I have to go grab a kitten so I don't get depressed. Oh, there's Tim Walz's
I've been seeing a lot of this popping up that Waltz had sent out the National Guard, and apparently they are walking around all of the anti-ICE protesters and handing out food.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's I mean, I don't know how well you can see it on your screen, but yeah, this first video is they're walking around and giving them donuts. I mean, it's just. What was the point? What was the point, Governor? What was the point?
Nothing. How many of those soldiers want to be doing that? You know,
I just. Yeah, here you got. I gotta say, I just love that this sign language. The
oh my word.
This
what is that
woman? I think I don't know, but their expressions are priceless. I mean, it's just. I mean, that's more entertaining than anything.
Now,
anything I've seen in a long time.
For the younger folks out there, I'm going to drop a name here that you might not recognize, but kind of reminds me of Harpo Marx. You know, do you ever see the Marx Brothers where Harpo was just his face was just like his rubber, and he would do like, and that's what this lady looks like.
Yeah,
it's just lady, I think. I don't know. Pardon me for dead naming you or whatever it is, but yeah.
Yeah. Here, this was great. You kind of touched on this a little bit, but here's it was one of, I think, O'Keefe uncovered it, but it's basically it's like training manual. It's what all of these what I would call domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
These protesters. Yeah. It's the documents that they were sent on how to protest, how to. And it's really, really tiny, but that's what's scrolling there in the middle of the screen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like you can't tell me that this wasn't organized.
Oh no, definitely. And that's to what we were talking about in the beginning of the show. This is definitely organized. I mean, you don't get a protest like that without organization. And what we just touched on with the March for Life, I don't know how much you ever pay attention to that, but that to organize a protest like that, it takes a lot of organization. It's not just that all of a sudden Joe Blow and John Doe decide to ride a bus to DC. No, it's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So this definitely is there. There is, like we talked about earlier, there is money behind it. There is training behind it. It's not an organic grassroots. They like to call it grassroots. I mean, I hate to use their terms, but it's AstroTurf. It ain't real.
Yeah.
Pardon us, folks.
But it's just, I mean, this is what we've got. This is what's happening. This is insane. I mean, there's no.
Now we need to apologize for that language, folks. I'm sorry about that, but that's what's going on.
But that's the whole. This is a war zone. I mean,
and if I recall right, I think it was James O'Keefe. He said his security guy was a former Marine who'd been deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, and he said what's going on in Minneapolis is worse than anything he saw when he was deployed with the U.S. freaking Marines.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
Yeah, it's insane. Looks like the great Bo Snerdley graced us with
Certified
a
certified black enough to criticize Barack Obama.
yep graced us with a tweet, and I agree completely. I mean, it's
What's Mr. Snerdley saying? I can't read it there.
he
It's a big long.
says I'm increasingly heartsick over the state of things in Minnesota.
Oh,
I hate the fact that people are being killed. And I also hate the fact that elected politicians and media outlets have formed such a level of outrage over law enforcement activity that people are compelled to go into the streets and challenge what is legal
it's because they're
and
being
proper
lied.
mission.
It's because they're being lied to,
Yep.
and we know it. And Mr. Snerdley knows it.
Yep.
I'm not questioning Mr. Snerdley.
Namely to deport and detain people that did not enter this country legally. There are plenty of stories highlighting the plight of hardworking illegal immigrants with no criminal records, which are designed to gain sympathy, and some are sympathetic. There are no stories of criminals who have been apprehended, some of who have committed vile crimes that defy human decency. There are
I would,
almost no stories of
yeah.
the ICE and Border Patrol agents that cast them into proper light. Hardworking law enforcement officers who are risking their lives, often being abused by outraged people who are often spewing hate, throwing objects, spitting on, and otherwise abusing these law enforcement officials.
I mean, you could go on, and
Yeah.
folks, I would say, if you want to hear what Mr. Snerdley says, and for those of you who are like us, rush babies, if you don't follow Bo Snerdley, shame on you.
Yep.
Go,
Yep.
go follow
Go give
Mr.
him a
Snerdley.
yep. Go give him a follow.
Um,
He's
awesome,
a great voice.
and he's one of our last links to Rush.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but again, we've talked about this with what's going on in Minnesota over the last couple of weeks. Neither of us would go to a cop, even if it's a cop who did something really stupid to us, like give us a ticket for no reason. We wouldn't go up to him and spit on. We'd just say, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Go on your way. And there's going to be people out there who will look at us and say, you're both just a couple of white guys. Well, yeah, okay. But maybe there's something in the fact that we were raised not just because we're white, but because we were raised that you respect people in authority. You respect cops and firemen and even teachers, even though teachers sometimes are bonkers. Not, God love the good teachers, but you respect people in authority, even if you don't agree with them. You don't spit on them. You don't throw rocks at them. You don't throw sticks at them, because if you do, you're going to end up like Renee Good and was it Nicholas Preedy or whatever his name was, the guy who got shot.
Nicholas or Alex or something.
Alex. It was Alex.
Alex. Yeah.
Forgive me for forgetting his name, but I mean the guy is like a complete nutcase.
Yeah.
But
But
maybe
they're showing pictures of him. Here's one. Oh, he's just. Oh, all he was doing was he was just a hiker. He worked in the medical field. He smiled. Oh, look at what kind of a nice guy he is. Oh, huh.
Do you know?
Let's,
Do you know who else? Do you know who else?
Let's see what's he got. What's he got here, people? Looks like a firearm.
Do you know who else? Do you know who else smiles big? Just because he smiles doesn't make him good.
Joe Biden.
You remember the Joker?
Oh yeah, does it?
Yeah. He smiles all the time, but that doesn't make him a good guy.
Yep,
makes him one of the biggest creeps in comic books.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's just. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of.
Here's one that I
we got liberals have now stormed. This was 17 minutes ago from Eric Dougherty. The liberals have stormed the streets of Minneapolis, chanting about ICE to quote shut it down and no more Minnesota nice. This is an angry mob just waiting for one of their foot soldiers to attack a federal agent. Federalize the National Guard. Like I said before, the last thing that I really want is Trump to use the insurrection.
He may have to.
But all the boxes have been checked for a while,
yeah.
And he's been very he's been a lot better than I would be. Oh my gosh, I'd be flying off the handle if I was in his seat.
Okay, so here's one that I've seen on our Twitter feed, and I mean, forgive me for our listeners for playing this, but this is the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota. If you think that that Timmy is bad, Timmy. If you think he's bad, here is Lieutenant Governor.
If you are sick and tired of your government being ransacked by Donald Trump and his minions, literally taking away healthcare from your neighbors, stealing food off of the table from seniors and children, and generally being uncool with the fact that our neighbors are being disappeared, P.S. without due process, it is just called kidnapping, then show up and use your voice, put your body on the line, and use nonviolent direct action, which is one of the most important tools in our toolbox to say, I am not okay. I will not go silently into the night. I will join arms with my friends, with my neighbors, and with people who generally believe that folks should be able to afford their lives, should be treated with dignity and as human beings. Then we need to see you there. If you are.
Let me make this clear.
That goes back to that goes back to what we were talking about on the top of the show. It was that they appeal to emotion.
Yeah,
and I mean, not to belittle a point, but I mean, does it bother you that a lot of these liberal people, whether they be people like or Lieutenant Governor Flanagan or former Vice President, I'm having a Joe Biden moment here. Good, because I don't like remembering them, but former Vice President Kamala Harris, they talk down to us like we're children. And that sounds to me like a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
Now
and
it's like we said about Greenland. Greenland is a big island in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah. These people are whether they will say one thing, no, we're never doing that, but it is very apparent that they are inciting this.
No, obviously,
she just stated, go put your body on the line.
Yeah, she's basically telling me cannon fodder.
What else does that mean?
That is literally being cannon fodder. Nonviolent. If you throw a bunch of those nonviolent people together, it's cold. They're going to be wanting some coffee and donuts or something like that. They're going to be hungry, They're going to get hacked off. Somebody's going to be on their time of month. And somebody's going to get so pissed off that that match it'll spark.
Yeah,
it'll spark eventually,
Oh yeah, and I mean you just witnessed it from all of these people already. It's not going to take much for them to get fired up.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
not kind of. It's very sad.
It's very sad, and these people don't even. A lot of them don't even. Well, most of them don't even realize they're being used. They're pawns in this whole thing.
That's the incredibly sad part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you've got people. I mean, like Tim Waltz said the other week, get your phone out, record. Because we're going to make a database, and I'm like, yeah, a database. And you got people like Ilhan Omar, coming out and she's just fueling.
Wait. Is she the one who married her brother?
Oh no! Don't talk about that. Oh no. But yes.
I will talk about it all day. Incest. Come on.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. And that's okay. You talk about ICE doing their job. That's immigration fraud.
Yeah, and they're already investigating her because she's already over the last year made $30 million or something.
Well, there's that goofy sheriff in Minneapolis. How did that guy get to be a cop?
I don't know. He needs to have his gun and badge taken away because it's just no. He's the police chief of Minneapolis.
Oh, please! I beg your pardon.
Yeah, but still, he needs his gun and badge taken away. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
The Doherty here, leftist stalker driving circles around and reported ICE vehicle in St. Paul. Did you see that? Well, conspirators blow whistles to alert illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what they do. There was it was James O'Keefe yesterday. People were following him. He was getting somehow these people were getting his phone number.
Oh, I saw that.
Texting him about they knew what car, and they're like, "You're not going to leave here alive." And
that's
like
sick.
this is what is this? I mean,
how on earth are they finding that? And obviously, James O'Keefe is something of a celebrity for what do you call it? Investigative journalism.
Yeah,
And he's honestly doing investigative journalism.
He's one of the few. There's a couple guys that we've followed on here that are doing. I mean, like Nick Shirley. I mean, they are doing the good deed and
those of you in Ohio,
exposing all this.
There's a he can get a little goofy, but he's kind of on that. He's kind of same level there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that. I mean, there's pictures. They had pictures of this guy walking up with this. It's a SIG,
Yep.
and it's like, what are they supposed to do? When you've got somebody that's walking up to a group of ICE agents with a firearm,
and you got somebody walking up armed. B, you got 30 or 40 people blowing whistles all around you, making you go nuts. Now they probably are. They shouldn't be wearing earplugs, but you got those guys. Those poor guys have got to be so on edge that now, even if that shooting comes out and we find out that it wasn't justified, which I would say in the moment you can't judge that.
Yeah.
If I got now, yes, there was probably 6 or 7 ICE agents there. But if somebody's got a gun and he had 2 full mags and he just does a mag dump on all those guys, you're looking at 6 or 7 agents injured or killed.
Yeah.
Along with all the collateral damage.
They said he had two, and those mags look like at least, a 15, 16 round mag.
Yeah, it's a PT-26 or whatever the Army carries.
Yeah.
That's a 15 round mag, because I think that's something that the Army wanted to keep from the Beretta M9, not to get like too in the weeds nerdy on guns here, but the Beretta M9 has a 15 round mag. I think the Army wanted to keep that. They want to keep the firepower.
And it's very, I mean, if you walk out of the house that day with the intention of, I don't think I'm going to go shoot somebody. Oh, by the way, I'm going to fill up 2 mags and take them. I mean, to me that says it's very clear that, okay, he was probably assuming he was going to use more than one.
He was looking for a fight.
Yeah.
But he's also incredibly stupid. One guy, unless he's like better shot than Annie Oakley or something, one guy is not going to be taking out a whole company of ICE agents with 2 mags of 9mm.
They're hoping to be a martyr for the cause. These people, I think, are that twisted that they hope to be a martyr for the cause. This is what I'm now. I don't know, but I think that these people are that twisted that, okay, I think it could be suicide by cop. That's not uncommon. But but they are
for a stupid
a martyr for the cause,
for a stupid political purpose.
Yeah, these people are that deranged, Joe.
If oh my gosh, if it was what was it St. Paul said, one might find courage to die for a good man. These people aren't even dying for good men.
They don't even know what they're dying for.
No, they don't.
They don't even understand.
It's sad.
No, here's another great one that the White House has created a page that that I think everybody needs to go follow. It's called Rapid Response 47.
Yeah.
And they are rapid response. I mean, they are constantly, the stories that are coming into the White House, they are boom, 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 right on, shooting them out. So it's really good. But just an hour ago, they posted that Waltz again compares enforcing our nation's immigration laws to Nazi Germany. He says, quote, "Many of us growing up reading the story of Anne Frank. Somebody's going to write about the children. Somebody's going to write that children's story about Minnesota."
God forgive him.
And they said this is truly deserved an unstable individual. This is truly disturbed.
Yeah.
This is very disturbed.
and see, that's, I think we talked about it before. That's what they're doing, is they're saying, "Oh, this is Nazi, this is Nazi, this is Nazi," to get those people to think that the police and ICE, they're agents of the new Hitler.
Well, yeah, they're the Gestapo, and
Yeah, by giving them that name.
here's another one. This is more a deflection. But Walt says to AG Bondi, he said, "I would just give a pro tip to the Attorney General. There's 2 million documents in the Epstein files we're still waiting on. Go ahead and work on those. Don't worry about Minnesota. Don't investigate my fraud.
No,
We want to see the Epstein files, but don't look at my fraud. Don't look at it." That's what.
where was the outrage of the Epstein files when Sleepy Joe was president?
Well, we don't have to worry about that.
And Epstein didn't kill himself.
It's all a distraction.
Of course.
Yes, I'm sure there's things in the Epstein files that we all want to see. I'd personally enjoy reading them, I'm sure.
No,
but
you'd probably throw up.
Well, probably. But it's one of those things that it's like, okay, I just look at it. A lot of our politicians already know what's in the Epstein files because they have security clearance to see that stuff.
Or they're in them.
But it's to me, it's pretty apparent that that our president is, if he's in those files, it's not in any type of an incriminating factor because they would have brought it out 4 years ago, and they would have never let him run again.
No, and nor should they have if he had done something like that.
So that tells me that while yes, I think it would be nice to see those files, but
it's not incriminating.
All distraction.
Yeah, it's like
all a distraction.
It's like we said earlier. Over here, over here, over here. Not here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. And then boom, I hit you right there.
Yep.
So
it's just it's just unreal.
But yeah, I'm so scared of Tim Walls's his masculinity. Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
I mean, yeah, him with the bullhorn and the beanie and the flannel shirt. My gosh, just
that was in front of his house yesterday. Yeah, that was great.
Just about makes me want to turn to the other team. Then
yeah, that was sure scary, wasn't it?
I apologize, folks, but Walls and his masculinity, and you feel sorry for the good people in Minnesota. You just scroll past Tyler Zed. You got the good people in Minnesota, and they're becoming a laughing stock. And I mean, to be fair, I should talk because I live in Ohio, and we're going to have maybe not the same problems. We have the stuff going on in Columbus, the Somali daycare fraud too. Jack Windsor did a similar piece to what Nick Shirley did on the daycares in Columbus. So yeah, we should talk about that, but I mean, you got to feel sorry for the people in Minnesota. Yeah. Good folks.
And there's a lot of good people. Like we were talking last night. I've seen videos of people that are out in the suburbs, and they are 100% involved, cheering ICE on. They are buying them food. They're wanting buying them coffees and thanking them, and it's just
which I'd say, folks, if you see an ICE officer, be nice to him.
Yeah.
Be nice to him. The same as any police officer. Be nice to him.
Yep.
Unless it's the cop in Tremont City, Ohio, and sorry about that, folks. Inside joke, but
great. Anyway. Now he's gonna tune in and listen.
Hey, if he does, we got one listener.
Oh shoot! It's just appalling that we even need to get on here and have discussions about the things going on in Minneapolis.
I mean, we could get on here and talk about sports, which I don't know how much you know about it, and I'm kind of unplugging from that myself. But
yeah,
I mean, sports will take care of itself.
It's just
Although I may say we might throw in a few off the or out of the studio shows. Maybe go out and play golf or take visits to places like we talked about. Maybe going to see the relics of Fulton Sheen.
Yeah, yeah. I think in the future, definitely we'll look at doing some
On location.
out of studio, yeah, on location, some fun podcasts, just something a little different. See us kind of out in our elements.
Sorry for spilling the beans on one of them.
But no, I think that something like that to maybe take the mind off of terrible things that are going on in the world and just
Because there are good things.
yeah, there
There's
are so many good things. We are so blessed in this country, and I hate having people like Tim Walz in Minneapolis bring that down.
any of those people ruining the peace and security of our world, and the fact that yes, we got to get on here and talk about them. I mean, we choose to do it, but we'll also choose to we'll choose to look at the good stuff too, whether it's going and visiting shrines or going out and having a cigar with Rush Limbaugh posthumously, or any of those things. Again, maybe a little bit of spilling the beans there, but hey, you never know.
Yep. This I just want to share this. This is just almost a minute and a half. This is James O'Keefe talking about yesterday. This was kind of him talking about what had occurred with him and his security detail in Minneapolis, and it's pretty wild. Take a listen.
This is James O'Keefe in downtown Minneapolis. We have a team of undercover reporters still inside the mob. I was at the scene of the shooting, covering it this morning, and basically we barely got out of there alive. There were a few hundred that surrounded us, started throwing ice bottles at us. A few hit us, hit our vehicle. They were starting to rip off my bulletproof vest, so we got out of there. We were followed, we were tailed, and here we are right now. We just got this message, and it says, we know that you're in Minneapolis. You're with O'Keefe and his crew of Nazis. You're in a white Ford license plate. They actually wrote the license plate down from Florida. You have 1 hour to leave or you're dead. You have 1 hour to leave or you're dead. We are going to produce our footage, gathering everything we've got from this weekend. We're going to put our report together along with the hidden camera footage that we have. We still have undercover people in the field. Please pray for my team's safety. This is worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. I have security with me, former Marine, and he said that it was worse than overseas, and it was certainly anything worse than I've seen the cartel at the border. We're going to contact law enforcement, DHS, and the FBI, and we're going to try to get out of here safely so we can bring the news to you. Stay tuned for our report coming Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I just hope that that was yesterday. I hope that they made it out okay and that they're all right. But that's scary.
It's a sad commentary that a journalist feels like he's got to wear a bulletproof vest in an American city.
Yeah. This is getting terrifying. It is so unnecessary, and these, you have these immigrations and customs enforcement officers that they are there to do a job. A legal job that they have every right to do.
Yeah, enforcing the just laws of our country. And even I think the Pope would say it is just to enforce immigration.
That's correct. And there's a lot of Catholic cases that state that a country has a right to borders.
Yeah.
And they have a right to legal immigration.
And you should have borders. The strong border makes a strong country.
Makes a strong country, correct. We're very fortunate in this country to have so many different diverse groups of people. And that's what makes this country. And but people like our ancestors, they came the proper way. Yep. They came over. They came through Ellis.
As far as we know.
Well, correct. I mean, they came through Ellis Island. They ran that toll. I'm sure that was well before you and I were even a glimmer in our great grandparents' eyes.
Exactly.
But
I think the Perrine family has been here for almost 200 years. I think
something like that. I'm sure it's been almost since the beginning of the country.
The Perrines, I don't think, came through New York. They came through Philadelphia, I think. As an aside, I found a Perrine distillery bottle in the antique store one time. I should have bought it, but
nice.
Yeah.
But these officers are here to do a job. These people have infiltrated our country. They have come in here illegally, and people will say, well, they're not doing anything. They broke the law. They all broke the law.
The first thing they did coming here.
The first thing you do, I mean, imagine going to a restaurant and the first thing you do is throw food at the waitress.
First of all,
or something like that. The first thing you do is tell the hostess when you want to sit down, go bleep yourself. You know. Yeah. I mean, imagine that. What are they going to do? Get out.
We have to seat you. We have to seat you and serve you. No, you don't.
No,
you ask that person to leave.
And this country is the same exact way. They're coming in. They're taking our jobs. They're taking. I mean, sometimes they're taking lives.
They took our jobs.
But sometimes
they're trying to be flipped there. But yeah, I mean, they are.
But they are, and it's not okay. Yeah, and for all of these media outlets to continue to push and say, "Oh, they're such good people. They didn't do anything. Only the ones with criminal activity should have to go." Well, that's all of them.
The ones who've come here illegally. Not every Mexican, not every Somali is here illegally. Not
Correct.
Every Haitian is here illegally.
Correct. They are not.
They're fine.
These enforcement agents are not yanking American citizens out of their house. It's not happening.
People who have a legal right to be here. If it's the old thing. If you haven't done anything wrong, why are you nervous when you see a cop?
Exactly. Yep. And it's just, I mean, the whole thing just upsets me so much because these men and women are putting their lives on the line, literally, and they shouldn't have to. Mm-mm. They shouldn't have to be putting their life on the line.
Especially when it isn't even the people that they're arresting that is the harm to them.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just, yeah. I mean, we could talk about it all day, but these men and women are doing what they're supposed to, and in my eyes, they're heroes. This is exactly what we hired them to do. This is exactly what we wanted.
And there's no reason they should be under threat of life and limb to do
correct.
What they do. It's the same thing as if a normal city cop went to arrest somebody for domestic violence, and all of a sudden you have people from say it was an Urbana cop went to where I live, Urbana, Ohio. Went to arrest somebody for domestic violence, and you had crowds of people coming from Springfield and Columbus and Dayton overrun the city to protest that poor cop.
Oh, and people probably coming from out of state.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on in Minnesota.
Yep.
So
how many of those people up there are not from Minnesota?
Oh, I would guarantee
I bet you a lot of those people are not even from Minnesota. No. Because if you remember reading back when they had the riots in LA for the same thing, the people that they were arresting, that was last year. They had ICE riots.
Okay, it's
anti-ICE riots, I should say. And people that they were arresting, they were finding out they weren't even from California.
Really? I
think people from out of state. They're bringing
kooks in California.
Yep, they're bringing them in. It's just. Yeah, it's just beyond.
It's like I said, hey, we're in the wrong line of work. Those people are getting paid really good.
Yeah, but they're also getting
shot at by police.
Yeah, by rubber bullets and just tear gas.
Not completely serious, folks. We do not authorize anybody going out and protesting. Please don't.
Yeah.
But
please let them do their job. They've got enough trouble trying to do their job as it is, and
it's all in jest. I say, yeah, we're in the wrong line of work. But
Yeah.
those people, seriously, and I don't know if we talked about it earlier, they're getting paid lots of
Yeah.
money to do this.
Yeah. These people, it's getting funded from somehow. It's somewhere, somebody. I mean, and I just keep I beg the DOJ to please look in.
I
We
mean,
gotta start digging into.
is it George Soros? Is it the Bilderberg Group? Is it Russia? Is it China? Is it oh, I don't know, if you get the conspiracy kooks in there, is it the Rothschilds?
Well,
No,
these people, they're funneling money through so many shell companies. It's going to take years
it'd
to
take
probably
years.
find them. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like tracing money that the CIA is using.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's
sad.
just it's sad. So we we continue to pray for our law enforcement and these brave men and women, and hopefully that hopefully one day, hopefully soon, we can put all this behind us and
Well, yeah, and we're
and
not
get
seeing
back to normal.
we're
Some
not seeing
sense of normal.
we're not seeing some governor of a state basically. I mean, I don't know if I should say it on air here, but what having a match with the president of the United States, like it's almost like he's trying to egg him on into a personal fight or something. And you know what?
Yeah, it's
In
weird.
that fight, even though Donald Trump's 70-something years old, I'm betting on Trump.
Right.
I'm betting on Trump.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to go up. I don't think I'd want to go up against him.
No, I'm a big guy, but I mean, if I piss off Donald Trump, it's like I'm not gonna. And God help me if I do,
Yeah.
because I really don't want to. But if I pissed off somebody like Donald Trump, like I don't want to be on the wrong side of that argument,
Yeah, he's going to get back at you in other ways than punching you in the face.
Probably,
it's going to be in a way that you.
Oh, you just saw it there on your Twitter feed there. Who'd have thunk it that one of the most common, this one right here.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most common sense people in this country is John Fetterman.
Yep.
That blows my mind.
Yep. Just half hour ago, it looks like Eric Dougherty just posted, Senator Fetterman nailed it. He said, quote, "ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that. And for me and people in my party might, he said, and for me and people in my party might want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything that's inappropriate and outrageous." He said, "ICE performs an important job for our nation." Sometimes he's not doesn't speak all that great, but
Fetterman can be. I mean,
he's at least has a little bit of common sense.
Well, no, and forgive the man; he's a stroke survivor.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, the most common sense in the country is coming from John Fetterman, and that's sad.
Yeah,
that's
sad.
So sad. Where you would think it would be. I mean, obviously, we're talking about on the other side, and it's like, isn't there any other person other than John Fetterman? And I mean, heck, what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard, and she left the Democrat Party. They couldn't. I mean, it's so bad that you're getting people who are lifelong Democrats like leaving. They see it. It's insane what's going on.
Well, Fetterman won't last long. The Democrats, they'll get him out somehow, some way.
And I feel sorry for him because
I do too.
I mean, even though I disagree with him on a lot of stuff, he's still a good person. I think he's a good senator, at least for his state.
Yeah. I when he first got elected, I was like, I can't believe they elected this buffoon.
and I still think he's nuts, but just seeing what he's done is like, my gosh, he's less nuts than most politicians.
Yeah.
At least most liberal politicians.
Yeah. Did you see this? This has been going around. CNN did a story back in 2016.
The ride-alongs with ICE?
They did a ride-along with ICE in I think it was in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. And how incredible ICE was. And under Obama, I believe there was a few million illegals removed.
Millions.
Millions. Was it?
No, just for those of you out there, who do you think? And I'm asking you, and you can answer it in a minute. Who do you think, and give them time to talk, deported the most people? Was it Reagan? Was it Bush? Was it Clinton? Was it Bush II? Was it Obama? Was it Trump? Trump is evil. Trump is evil. Trump is evil. No, Tell us who. Who deported the most people in this?
Well,
Can you tell me?
Let's look at.
Oh, I know who it is.
See if I can get official numbers here real quick while we're
and you know who it is too,
while we're thinking.
right?
But it was. I mean, it was Obama. There was no. I mean, hands
Exactly.
down, there was no question of that. I'm just trying to see if I can get official numbers.
It is Obama deported far more people than Trump ever did.
Okay, so through 8 years in office, the Obama administration logged more than 3.1 million ICE deportations.
How about Biden? Add that on there too, because Biden, we know Biden is the third term of Obama. We know.
Let's see when the peak was. In 2012, he removed 407,000 people just in 2012 in 1 year. Okay. By comparison, the very first Trump administration maxed out at deportations at 269,000.
But Trump is the bad guy.
People in 2019. So the Trump administration, his first administration, the whole term, he deported fewer than 932,000 people.
But Trump is evil.
Yeah, it's orange man bad.
I know. Okay, what was that numbers again? What was, like I said, put Biden in with Obama too, because like I said, Biden is basically Obama's third term. We should have this written down somewhere.
Yeah, we should have. Didn't we're just doing this off the cuff. We didn't think about this. So Trump's very first term was fewer than 932,000.
And that's for 4 years. That's for 4
correct. That was 4 years. The full 8 years under Obama was 3.1 million.
That's a lot more per year than okay.
So as of this was a poll taken last year. Let's see, where's the numbers? Okay.
So I'm looking at that over there on the side. It's amazing, like you said, that CNN did that right along with ICE, and they're not screaming at them. They're not doing it. It's like, yeah, we're just here to show you what they're doing. These everyday men and women trying to do their jobs and keep our country safe. And if I recall in that clip, ICE did actually arrest the wrong guy, but then they
were brothers. I watched that clip. They were brothers.
Maybe understandable, but they arrested the wrong guy and then they went and got the right guy. So, but yeah, so I mean, just to the numbers there.
Okay, so
there's nothing on Biden yet.
So
probably
there was 1.1 million deportations between 2021 through February of 2024.
Oh, but wait, that's counting February 2024. Oh, 2024. Okay, that's the year before Trump took office.
Correct.
Oh well, you can't. Well, shoot, you can't blame that on Trump. You said 1 million.
Yeah, 1.1 million.
So that's another million to tack onto Obama's total, in my opinion.
Correct, but there was.
I am sorry, Biden was not running the show.
But you've got to understand how many people came over the border.
Oh, the net gain versus loss.
Yeah, there was
20 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
I think
it was just this ridiculously. It was this ridiculously high number.
So for all of you out there, I want you to think about that. 20 million people is so Eric lives in Indiana. I live in Ohio. You put the two populations of the states together, that's 20 million people. That's a lot of people. That is the state of Indiana and the state of Ohio together. So you brought that many people in 4 years. That's nuts. But Trump is terrible for kicking out the bad guys.
Yep. There's DC Drano posted this. It's pretty good here. So everybody take notes on this. Life hack on how to not get shot by ICE.
Oh, yeah.
One, let them do their lawful job. Don't drive a car at them, and don't physically fight them or resist arrest. That's 3 easy steps for not getting shot by ICE. Don't resist.
I can't do that. Yeah. How easy is it? It's like we said earlier. To not get in trouble with the police, you say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Take your blumps and go on your way.
Yeah, here's a Jack Posobiec posted how not to get shot by cops. Listen, be quiet, and don't violently resist if you have a gun. Oh, and don't be an Antifa domestic terrorist conducting an armed roadblock at an ICE operation. So
yeah. How? I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, I feel sorry for anybody who gets shot, but if you put yourself in the line of fire, it's your fault. You know.
Yeah. Just
don't
do
comply.
It. Just comply.
Now,
when I guess that's not a great word. But
not a great way to say that.
When a cop pulls you over and gives you a lawful order,
you comply with that.
Probably do it.
Yes,
and nothing will happen.
Yeah,
it won't be bad.
Exactly. Even for that one cop in Tremont City.
That's right.
There may be a Substack or something article about that sometime down the road, but statute of limitations may preclude me from talking about it, so I can't do that yet. But that may be our that may be our real Linda moment. The city cop.
Oh, Rio Linda.
For those of you in Rio Linda, if you're there, welcome to listening to us. I hope there are those in Rio Linda, Rio Grande, Rio whatever, any of the Rios, Rio de Janeiro even, bonjour or whatever you're see, I took French, sorry. I don't speak Spanish. Rio would be Portuguese. So
here's this Joe, I sent you this earlier. This crazy lady on
lives a TikTok.
Yeah.
Hey, so they're gonna kill us anyway, so I think maybe we should just mob them. I mean, I don't. If you comply, they're gonna shoot you. If you try to leave, they're gonna shoot you. If you're already on the ground, they're gonna unload into you, even though you're already dead in broad daylight. They are executing people in the streets. And there will be justification. The government is going to try to justify this somehow. What are we supposed to do? Like, and all those agents will just be spirited away and not face any consequences? Like, this is absolutely insane. We have to do something. Like, we have to, as bystanders, mob them. Like, that.
Just the only logical option.
Like, full American Revolution, like, hiding in trees. I don't know. What the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, clearly these people, they're unhinged. I mean, there's nothing else about this. They're crazy white women. Yeah, they're You have to turn your mic on, Joe.
Yeah, sorry. We need a button where we can. I thought I'd turn it off. Yeah, so we need a button where we can call up red forms. Like, you're a dumbass,
right?
Gosh,
it's just
there are so many people who need a red foreman in their lives.
Yeah,
I mean, good heavens. I mean, yeah, that lady is trying to elicit tears, and yes, I was acting, folks, like I was crying, and that was obviously an act, but.
An act? That was an act? I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, okay. That's a compliment. Okay, but I don't understand these people. They don't have anything better to do. It's like, get a job.
No, they can't do that.
Oh, well, they'd lose money because then
they would lose their welfare money.
No, they'd lose their protest money because that's more.
Yeah, that too. This is nice. This guy posted "Kill ICE and MAGA." That's great.
Oh, he looks like
Yeah, is that
just a
supposed to
book
be
of intelligence and a tremendous citizen there.
leftism for you?
Leftism for you.
Yeah. Hey, maybe
I'd
we
rather
should.
not. I'd like a steak or a beer for me, but not
Maybe we should follow. That sounds like fun.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a great time.
Leftism for you.
Leftism for you. These people aren't hinged. I don't.
I'd like to see. Well, we can't see the numbers on it, but how many of those people have like goofy colored hair or multiple piercings? Or I mean, God love you if you do what you want, but it's people do stuff for reasons, and I feel sorry for anybody who has like Kool-Aid hair or facial piercings or whatever. I'm sorry that most people that I know who have piercings or hair, they're okay people, but the ones that you see on the TikTok crap, it's like they give y'all a bad name. If you all just want to get out there and put goofy colors in your hair, hey, more power to you. If you want to pierce whatever, more power to you. But don't act like those folks. My goodness.
Let's watch the great Hillary Clinton talk about deportations.
As we're seeing these thousands of children come across, shunted off into makeshift shelters.
It's horrible.
Hard choice. Let them stay in the United States or send them back.
Well, 2 quick points. One, the numbers are increasing dramatically. And the main reason I believe why that's happening is that the violence in certain of those Central American countries is increasing dramatically. And there is not sufficient law enforcement or will on the part of the governments of those countries to try to deal with this exponential increase in violence, drug trafficking, the drug cartels. And many children are fleeing from that violence.
Should they be able to stay here? It's safer.
It may be safer, but that's not the answer. I do not.
Should they be sent back?
Well, first of all, we have to provide the best emergency care we can provide. We have children 5 and 6 years old who have come up from Central America. We need to do more to provide border security in southern Mexico.
They should be sent back now.
Well, they should be sent back as soon as it can be determined who responsible adults and their families are, because there are concerns about whether all of them can be sent back. But I think all of them who can be should be reunited with their families. And just as Vice President Biden is arguing today in Central America, we've got to do more. I started this when I was secretary, to deal with the violence in this region, to deal with border security. But we have to send a clear message. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay. So we don't want to send a message that is contrary to our laws or will encourage more children to make that dangerous journey.
If you're going to do that again,
holy smokes!
If you're going to put her on there again, give me a chance
to go get
some medication or some whiskey or something. Oh gosh!
But it just goes to show you these. I mean, that was a 2014 clip. So her beloved Barack Obama was in office. So why the change? All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, ICE arrested and detained a 5-year-old child the other day." It's like, no, they were trying to get his parent, who abandoned him in a car.
The child was being taken care of,
and they took the child to McDonald's, got him food. The ICE agents got him food. He bought him his favorite snack.
But
they're so bad.
The ICE is the bad guys.
Oh, they're terrible.
Hey,
get them out of here. It's just the double standard is insane.
You may not remember this name, but for those of us who are my age or older, for Hillary Clinton and immigration and any of that stuff, I got 2 words: Alien Gonzalez.
Yeah,
they kicked a 5-year-old kid out of this country to Cuba because his dad didn't want to be in here. It was his dad or his mom, one of the two, didn't want to be in here. So the kid who made it here on a boat from Cuba, well, he didn't need to be here. So yeah, okay, it's legit. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. You were not nice to that little kid, Clintons.
There's a lot of bad things the Clintons have done. We
Well,
can't
we
even
know
begin
that.
to
We
touch the Clinton crime family.
I
But
hesitate to talk about them because I don't want to end up in a park somewhere
I
looking like
I
I
want
was
the
actually.
audience to know that I do not have thoughts of suicide, nor have I ever had thoughts of suicide.
Yeah, I do not want to end up in a park looking like I was jogging somewhere because, folks, I'll tell you, I hate jogging. If I am ever found by a jogging path in a park somewhere,
Call for help.
I mean, I mean, obviously, no. I mean, if I'm found dead in a park by a jogging path, if it's because we do one of these podcasts and the Clintons hear about it, you know that I didn't drop dead of a heart attack. Okay.
If you ever see me running, call for help. Just running, call for help.
It's like I always say, if you see me running, there is a very good reason. There's a bear chasing me or something like that. So.
I missed Eric Swalwell so much. Oh, this guy. Oh my gosh, this guy. Oh, I got to hear what he has to say because I've missed his face.
So my advice to ICE, just quit. Walk off the job. For this will forever haunt you. Civilized societies don't have mass militias swarming our streets, but Donald Trump has turned our communities into war zones. Trump's turned ICE into an angry army of cocked weapons roaming our streets with their safeties filed off. So here are the rules when I'm governor. If you refuse to unmask, you'll lose your driver's license. If you work for ICE, you're disqualified from...
Wait, can we just pause here for a second? He's talking, if you refuse to unmask, he's going to take away your driver's license. But wait a minute, didn't they talk about everybody putting a mask on during COVID? Put your mask on. You got to drive your car with your mask on.
I got one more thing on this. Who's the man's tailor? Who sent him out looking like that?
I don't know, but they need to be fired right away.
Yeah. I mean, as a man who's probably slightly a lot overweight, don't wear a jacket that looks like that. You look like a doof.
Looks terrible. Anyways, let's keep talking. Let's keep hearing from my hero here.
Remember working for the state. I will use every statute to keep you off the streets, every power to protect the people. And to ICE agents, you don't wear your mask just for anonymity. You wear your mask for moral cover. It hides your identity from us, but also your humanity from yourself. It allows you to commit atrocities. So my advice to ICE, quit.
Just quit.
Walk off. And do it now, before you kill another nurse named Pretty or a mom named Good.
Oh, she was just a mom who didn't have custody of her kids anymore because she abused him. But she's just a mom. And he was just a nurse who brought a gun.
And Eric Swalwell is just a doofy guy who slept with a Chinese spy.
And Carrie Lake said, you're sleeping with a spy.
Eric Swalwell.
We won't talk about Fang though. No, we won't. We won't.
Well, people may get mad at us for mocking him. If any of those of you out here, and forgive me for using the reference if you're offended by it, but if anybody remembers in Harry Potter where the creature called a boggart, to get rid of a boggart, you had to turn it into something silly to laugh at it. It's why we're going to mock some of these people, because they deserve nothing better than to be turned into a mockery. Because Eric Swalwell, first of all, like I said, standing out there in a jacket that looks like, second of all, moral lecturing from a guy who slept with a Chinese spy. That's rich.
Named Fang.
I mean, that might be a turn on. You never know. But I mean, to be fair, if I remember correctly, she wasn't bad looking, but still, you don't do that. I mean, you have no moral standing to tell me anything, Swalwell. You're a nut. So ridiculous.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, this. Yeah, I have no words for these people. I have no words. It's just it's continually. Other than inciting violence and inciting an insurrection, I don't know what else to call all this.
They're daft loonies, man.
It's clear that they're hoping for some kind of violence. Their ultimate goal is just to get a reaction.
Well, they cornbread ain't done in the middle, son.
Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, some of them, like you were saying the other night, they are very smart, and those are the ones that scare me.
Yeah,
Swalwell is not smart.
Swalwell's not smart, but you get people. You get people like Gavin Newsom. And don't get me wrong, I can't stand the man. I can't stand his policies. But you get somebody like Gavin Newsom. He's
smart. Yeah,
he's got this slick, snaky like.
He's like
to him, and it's
he's a used car dealer.
Yes, he's just got this, sliminess about him. That every time he talks, you just feel like you got to take a shower afterwards.
I'm glad Ben Shapiro did the interview with him.
Yes, it was a phenomenal interview. I mean, I've got some, that I've got some differences with Ben, but I think that was a phenomenal interview, and I think it was a needed to be said interview.
I mean, to some degree, actually, kudos to Newsom for sitting down with somebody who's going to be obviously hostile to him.
And that's that is one thing that I got to hand to Gavin, because he sat down with the late Charlie Kirk and did an interview with him.
Yeah.
And if I was in 100% opposition to somebody, I would be hard pressed to sit down for an interview, because the entire interview is going to be attacks on you and your policies. I mean,
to be fair to that though, as much as people will say to the opposite, Charlie Kirk was a Christian man, and he wouldn't have been evil about it. He would have never.
No, and
his interviews are fair.
And maybe that was one of the reasons why Gavin chose to sit down with him, because he knew it was going to be fair. He knew that it was going to be fair, and he was a decent human being. But I can't trust anything that comes out of Gavin's mouth.
No, not at all. And
I just
believe us, folks. We are not endorsing Gavin Newsom for governor or for anything.
Put me down if I am. If I ever do, Joey, I want you to come here and put me down.
No, I don't want to do that. I'll put you in a straight jacket, and I'll take you to the church and have you go to see the priest after that. But we are by no means endorsing Gavin Newsom at all. I mean, the guy is like Eric said, he's a slick, slimy.
Yeah, he's very, 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 very oily. Yeah, you just get this weird, after you.
Well, I mean, what was it during COVID? He went to this place called the French Laundry to eat. I mean, it may be a fancy place, but I don't want to eat from a place that sounds like that.
Well, and he was one of those that he was seen going to these real expensive restaurants that was closed to the rest of the public because it was during COVID. But here he was with his family. Yeah, that's like, who do you think you are that you tell us how to do all of this?
Oh, but
what we need to do, but
no,
rule
he knows,
me, but not for me.
Got it.
Yeah,
he knows so much better than you or I, but at the same time, he's telling us that, through the people in California, he's telling us we can't do this or that. It's like, but who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? To use their argument, my body, my choice.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly right. And I use that argument a lot.
I know.
And I got into some arguments with some people, and they didn't like that rebuttal. That was not I'm like, it's your line. It's your line.
Don't throw logic at me.
Yep.
They can't take it.
Yep. Apparently ICE is gone. They're in Louisiana as well.
Is that gal on the feed there?
Yeah, so Louisiana, the governor of Louisiana has actually invited ICE in and asked them to help, which is good. It's very rare to see.
Well, and the governor of Louisiana is a Democrat.
I believe so. Yes. Yep.
But he's also play the video.
You know what I find kind of interesting? ICE just left Louisiana. They were there on a 30-day mission, whatever you call it, their job. They did what they went to do. They got their guys. They did their search warrants. They did all that. There was no protests. There was no major fatalities. There was one incident that was taken care of. You want to know what the difference is between Louisiana and Minnesota? They don't have Fry Trap and Tampon Tim throwing all this crazy rhetoric out there about things that aren't true just because they want to line their pockets with our taxpayers' money. So maybe I'll think about that one. I know it doesn't take much thought for me. I have a little bit of common sense, but maybe I'll need to think about that and see what's going on there. So they were there for 30 days. No, just one incident. One. No protests, no craziness. Why?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Fry Trap.
Fry Trap. That was a good one. That was a good one.
I like that one.
I did not pre-watch this video, so I didn't know that was coming, but that was pretty good.
Fry Trap and Governor. Okay, Jeff Landry is the governor of Louisiana. Oh, he's a Republican. Okay, so
But it does make a difference when you've got a somewhat red state who asks for their help and says, "Hey, we know there's people here. We want to get them out. We want to get them out the right way. We want to do it without incident. And will you help?"
Well,
and they do.
See,
and I think people there they're appreciative.
Yes. And that's the state where Duck Commander's from, Duck Dynasty.
Correct.
And
yep.
And I mean, not to put them in the same boat with Swamp People. So I think Swamp People's Louisiana. I'm not sure, but I know Duck Commander is there. So you got a state where you got hunters and fishers and people like that are going to be the majority of the people. They're going to have more respect for the rule of law and things like that. I'm sorry, it is. And maybe it's because these protesters didn't get the heads up to go to Louisiana, or maybe it's like, oh, shoot, Mardi Gras is not for a month and a half, so we're not going there.
There's nothing fun to do. I'm not going there.
And whatever. So,
yeah. It's just, there's definitely something major going on in Minneapolis. I mean, you see these little pop-up protests in other places, but the two largest protests have been in LA and Minneapolis.
Los Angeles, I can understand.
That's been that's been where everything's at, and I don't understand why
Minnesota.
It is so frigid cold there right now. I don't know. You wouldn't catch me, even if I was on their side. You wouldn't catch me dead outside. No way am I going out there to protest. It's cold.
Los Angeles. Okay, so here's the thing. Los Angeles makes sense. Big state, blue state, huge population. And if you're going to have a riot there, you're going to get people. Minneapolis, I don't have that pulled up, but Minneapolis is one of the smaller big cities in the United States. It's smaller than Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
So
it's not a very big city by any stretch.
Minneapolis? Why Minneapolis?
I don't know. I mean, I can't. I really, honestly, I can't figure it out. The only thing that I can halfway logically make the argument for is that they are. It's all a plot to try to cover up all of the rest of the fraud. Yep, it's the same deal that we've been talking about. Because you've got Walls, you've got Fry, who else? I mean,
Omar.
Lord knows who else is in. Yeah,
Omar. I think
who else is in on this fraud scheme?
Who's the lady that's going to run for governor there? She was a senator. Her name is
Klobuchar. Yeah, and you've got Ellison.
Keith Ellison. That's right.
Yep, Keith Ellison, their attorney general. You know they are all in on this fraud, and maybe I'm wrong, but they're probably at their wits' end. What do? We gotta distract them. So they're all worried about this, and we can go shred documents, or we can go do this while they're all worried about all this other stuff.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. That's the only logical thing that I can.
They can shred documents all they want, but if they're using computers, it's still there.
Yep, it's always there.
Ask Elon; he can find it for you.
Yep. That's why they want him. So that's why they want to shut Twitter down or X.
Yeah,
shut free speech down. So then this stuff doesn't get out, and it's easier for them to commit their fraud.
Sad times we're living in, folks.
Yeah. But
we're starting to get some more snow here. I think
it has definitely been snowing the entire time that we've been talking here.
And I'll tell you what, if this is what Minneapolis is like, why the living heck are you out in it? Why are you not inside? And this is what I always tell people: why are you not inside drinking tea, eating soup, and watching a movie with your family?
That's where I'd be, on the couch in the warm,
hugging your babies, holding your cat, loving your wife or your husband. Why are you out protesting like an idiot? I mean, here's my PSA for the day. Okay, my rant, my
don't be an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't be as the great Red Foreman would say, don't be a dumbass. No, but no, what I'm going to say is, folks, stay inside. It's cold out. Hug your wife, hug your husband, hug your kids, love your kids, love your family. Hold your cat in your lap, hold your dog, watch a movie, if a good movie, and don't protest. Don't protest. I mean,
don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. And
don't be stupid.
In the immortal words of Joe Biden, buy a shotgun.
Oh yeah. Well, Joe, we've rambled on here about almost 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And I think that I think that we've exhausted a lot of our listeners' time. But I thank everybody for listening, for coming out, and on this chilly day, and
for staying in.
Yeah. And for listening to the two of us, just kind of go back and forth. Hopefully, we touch on some topics that interest you, some topics that maybe that you agree with as well. And don't ever hesitate to get a hold of us, comment, and if there's something that we can answer, something that you want to hear us talk about,
email
us. We'd love to do that. And
I would say if anything we've said gets, even if you don't agree with us, let's start that conversation. We need to be speaking to each other, especially those we don't agree with. We need to speak. We don't need to be doing things violently. We don't need to be beating up people. We don't need to be as the Southerners would say, acting ugly or acting the fool. And we don't need to be being dumbasses. We need to talk to each other. I mean, maybe in the immortal words of old Rodney King, can't we all just get along?
And I look back, a lot of the reason why I wanted to start this podcast was because of Charlie Kirk. Charlie and I were only a few months apart in age. And I've listened to him since the beginning, and I've always felt that, like he was in a sense, like a brother to me. Him and I agreed on virtually everything. And I don't know, I believe I would be still think the way I would, but I don't think I would be here, today if it wasn't for Charlie. And I think a lot of people can say that, but
Rush Limbaugh too,
and yes, and Rush as well. But I'm very thankful to be able to do this. I'm very thankful for my wonderful cousin Joe, for always being here and being a voice, and a big one, and sometimes to play some devil's advocate. But
how about we send him out? How about we send him out with a little bit of Latin, Pax Vobiscum, folks. Pax Vobiscum.
Pax Vobiscum. So don't forget to subscribe, share, check out all of our socials. I spun those a little bit at the beginning of the podcast, but I will push this out to all of our socials, and you can get access to all the rest from there. And don't be afraid. Like we said, send us a message, questions, comments, anything that you have on coming or future episodes.
Especially if you disagree.
Correct. Yes, we'd love disagreements. We want to have conversations. and make sure we keep having conversations, even the uncomfortable ones,
even the ones that we can make fun of.
But correct, and maybe we can give those some of our perspective and insight. But until next time, keep the flame alive. God bless everybody. Stay safe out there. God bless the United States of America. And we will see you next time. Thanks.